Hello, this is Lloyd from R&R Survival, and I'd like to talk about a few things. I'm doing some video series on the slingbow, and this is my own design. Now what I did was I took a piece of PVC. This particular size here is 1 inch. I took 1 inch PVC. Now this here is 3/4 inch. Now you can do with both. The design is the same. One's going to be smaller in diameter than the other. Now, the other thing I have done to it was very simple. I took a end of a fishing pole. Okay. I cut it. I shortened the pole, took off the rod. Okay. This way you can fit any type of fishing reel on here that will fit this. So it's pretty much interchangeable. I've had a couple open face rods on here and a couple closed face rods. Now you can get the super durable nylon fishing twine that you can put in there so your line doesn't break when you catch that fish. Also down the road I'll also post some more videos on how to make the arrows to attach to this rod. And all you're going to do is basically get some fishing line that's strong enough for the pound test of the fish. And I suggest you get about 200 pounds should do you, especially when you're doing some bow fishing. And they make line that's strong enough that it will just basically spool in here, and you can just spool it. What I did was I took a quick connect and I took an arrow and I threaded the arrow with the same type of line I'm going to put in here. And this way all you got to do is quick connect it to it. So this way you have a point A to point B. You have the top of the arrow to the bottom of the nock. And what happens is it's gonna start, your starting point where the quick connect is gonna start. When you draw back, it's gonna be at the tip of the arrow. Okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna make a sliding system so it goes from point A to point B and hits the back of the nock, and it flies freely. There's no resistance, no snags. And what I also did was, for more stability, put an eye hook or eye hole bolt in here, and took a wing nut and basically drilled a hole right on the bottom. Okay, it's kind of hard to get out because I drilled a pilot hole in here and then basically started a threading on here. And this is pretty much plastic and some kind of foam. So it's like where the rod used to be, where I cut it off. And what I'm going to need to do is take a file and just file that completely flat. So I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do when I put this, when I attach this. I got another hole here, which is a pilot hole. Okay, I'm going to match it up inside, and I'm going to push it through. Make sure it's all matched up. And this is just going to screw in. Sometimes you have to adjust it. Sometimes they just don't adjust right. So what I'm going to do now is going to come to the other side. I'm going to tighten her down. I also got a what is that called? I'm not sure what it's called, but it's a fastener. So I'll take the wing nut. I'm just gonna put it on here. All right, so this is easy and fast. And what I suggest to you is also, because you're gonna have some of that foam come on the threads, just take a wire brush lightly, take all the foam out of it, so it's easier, and then just basically oil it too. Also, I just wanted to go with this eye hole bolt, for the simple fact if I want to put a D-ring on here, I can just clip it on there. If I wanted to put another lanyard, I can. Also put paracord, wrapped it in paracord. Also, these things are super duper cheap. You go to any sporting goods store, and they're replacement bands for a slingshot. So what I've done is a little bit of hair that's equal. What I've done is I've took paracord, knotted it from the back to the front. So this way I can attach these bands to here, and it will pull back nice and comfortably. And I've took these rubber bands and made Ranger bands out of them. So this way the knot that I've tied into here and I put into the slingshot band, it's not going to go anywhere. When you pull it back, it's going to be nice and firm. It's not going to go anywhere. Or you could take some zip ties. It looks a little rednecky, so this is a little bit better. I just took some yellow rubber to match the color of the tube, so it's not as noticeable. Just make some Ranger bands out of this rubber band. So that's pretty much it on the all my designs and some of my mods to the slingbow. And you can also, what I'm going to do is, I've had it on here, I just took it off. I've made a arrow rest, which is, it's not an arrow rest, it is a homemade 2-brush whisker biscuit of my own. You know, I've seen on YouTube, but the whisker biscuit itself is my own design. I've done a few mods to it. I've cameled it out, I painted it, so I just have to reattach it to here. What I'll end up doing is just taking some epoxy cement and just attaching it to here, or I could tie it down with some what's it called, zip ties. This is going to be strictly for arrows. I have another one I designed out of actual wrist rocket that actually collapses. You can take the homemade whisker biscuit and just basically fold it over, and you can either put round ball ammunition out of it, or you can put arrows out of it. So this is just basically a start of the video series I'll be doing on sling bows. How to make them. I'll definitely be doing a tutorial next on how to take this and turn it into this. I just gotta basically get some more materials, and then once I do, I'll get started on that project, and I'll be posting some videos very shortly, very soon, in the next week or two. So definitely subscribe, like this channel. If you have any questions or any comments, you can always make a comment down below in the comment box. So definitely support this channel. If you guys want to, if any of my subscribers have any questions or have any comments, definitely participate. And don't forget, recycle, reduce, and reuse. This is Lloyd Asbury on the R&R Survival Channel. Y'all have a great day.